Tonight at 5, Ironman, Wisconsin, less than 2 weeks away, how organizers and athletes are preparing.
Plus, we're learning more details about what was in the confidential documents that were seized at former President Trump's Florida home. And a state of emergency for some Mississippi communities. How many are preparing for major flooding? You're watching News 3 Now at 5. There is a lot to get excited about 2 weekends from now in Madison, but also a lot to navigate. The Ironman Triathlon returns for a 20th season, and all of those racers and fans will need to compete with the Badgers, hosting their second football game of the year that same afternoon. Now, what a mess that might be. Well, despite all that, Ironman race organizers, they plan to put on a full weekend of excitement. That's a little different than in years past. Our Tahlil Moeddin is live downtown to explain. Tahlil?
In less than 2 years, this area on MLK Boulevard between the state capitol and Monona Terrace will feature a finish line where thousands of athletes will cross. Race organizers say this year they want to make it a little bit more special for them. The result of months of training for thousands of athletes will soon be on display.
We're feeling really excited about it.
Marking 2 decades of competitors pushing themselves to run, swim, and bike their way through more than 140 miles of Dane County. The fundamentals have stayed the same, but the annual event is going through some changes.
One of the big feedbacks we got from both participants in both races was that everyone wanted their own race.
For the first time this year, the event will span 2 days over 1 weekend. The half marathon will begin the 20th year celebrations on Saturday, and on Sunday, the full Ironman will follow.
I think it was probably a bigger thing for the people doing the full Ironman, just to be able to know exactly who their competitors are and know who they are running with or biking with out on the course.
For anyone worried about what that might mean for traffic that weekend, it may not be as bad as you think.
For the residents, it's 2 different routes, so hopefully people aren't inconvenienced too much.
The 70.3 on Saturday will be much shorter. Bikes will be off the road by about 2 p.m., and much of the course will be away from downtown.
We're using a lot of the Lake Monona bike loop, and the bike course goes in a completely different direction once it gets outside the city of Madison, and so it's bringing it to different communities that won't feel back-to-back events.
And race organizers say they'll likely continue to split the race over 2 days after conducting a review of this year. And if you want to help make the race as seamless as possible, they are still looking for about 1,000 more volunteers.
Tahlil, thank you. It's going to be a big weekend. More sunny skies are expected this week. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is on the weather patio with the latest. Gary?
Well, Susan, skies have cleared out. The humidity has dropped noticeably just from the time that I got to the station early this afternoon. So we've got some really nice weather on the way. You can see on visible cloud track a big cluster of storms that moved just to our south across northern Illinois and now is sweeping through Michigan and Indiana. But the skies have cleared out very nicely across Wisconsin and much of southern Minnesota. That clearing heading in our direction. Doppler track, all the rain is pretty much out of the area. Just a few sprinkles south of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line, but looks like the showers, if there are any, will dissipate very quickly. Notice the dew points. Lower 70s in Kenosha, lower 60s in Madison, and in the 50s out toward La Crosse. So that's a drop, a significant drop in the moisture content of the air. It feels a lot less humid. Temperatures right now, warm, but not overly warm. 81 in Madison, 79 in the Dells, and also in Camp Douglas. Moving in toward Dane County, we're seeing temperatures in the lower 80s. 82 right now in Edgerton, 81 degrees in Cross Plains. Look for skies to become mostly clear this evening. Temperatures will drop into the upper 60s, but again, as the humidity drops, it'll feel more comfortable. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes nice weather all the way through the Labor Day weekend.
All right, Gary, thank you. Governor Evers hit the campaign trail today, stopping at a small business in Mount Horeb. The governor visited Heart House Guitars to recognize the importance of helping Wisconsin's small businesses. Governor Evers has directed nearly $1 billion in grants and economic support to thousands of small businesses and family farms across the state.
It's a good example of how important this money is that we've been providing all across the state of Wisconsin. These folks are one of over 5,000 now. I think it's about 5,500 that have taken these the resources, did the thing that they've been dreaming about for some time.
Governor Evers' Main Street Bounce Back Grant program has helped more than 52,000 small businesses in all 72 counties.
President Joe Biden heading to Wisconsin. Today, the White House announcing the president will visit Milwaukee next Monday to help commemorate Labor Day. According to the Milwaukee Area Labor Council, the president's visit will include an appearance at Labor Fest, an annual celebration that recognizes workers and the organized labor movement. President Biden is expected to speak about Labor Day and the dignity of American workers. Popular snack item being recalled for safety concerns. D.F. Stauffer Biscuit Company announced a voluntary recall of its 44-ounce Market Pantry White Fudge Animal Cookies. According to the Food and Drug Administration, the products might contain small metal fragments. Those cookies come in a clear plastic container you see there, shaped like a bear, and were sold at Target stores across the country. If you bought those cookies, you are suggested to throw them out or return the product for a full refund. Police are still trying to figure out why a gunman opened fire inside a grocery store in the state of Oregon over the weekend. 2 people were killed in the incident last night. Investigators say the shooter entered from the back of the shopping center with an AR-15 style rifle. One of the victims, 66-year-old Donald Surrett Jr., who worked at the store, is being hailed a hero by police. They say Surrett attacked the gunman and tried to disarm him before he was killed. An 84-year-old customer was also killed. Police later found the gunman with a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
We're learning more about the documents that federal agents seized from former President Donald Trump's Florida home. A federal judge has indicated she is open to appointing a neutral party to examine the materials, with a hearing scheduled for Thursday. Natalie Brand has the latest.
The U.S. Justice Department faces a new deadline this week to provide more information about what documents were seized from former President Donald Trump's Florida residence. In a new court filing Monday, the DOJ said a team review identified a limited set of materials that potentially contain attorney-client privileged information and is going through normal procedures to address privilege disputes. Federal Judge Eileen Cannon in Florida has signaled she may appoint a special master or independent party to review the documents, though she's not yet made a final decision. Friday's release of the heavily redacted affidavit behind the search reveals of the 15 boxes returned to the National Archives in January, 67 documents were marked confidential, 92 marked secret, and another 25 marked top secret. The affidavit also indicated that some of the documents may have contained information from CIA spies or informants.
This is the most sensitive material of the United States intelligence community.
In response to requests from U.S. lawmakers, the Director of National Intelligence says her office plans to conduct a review to determine whether the former president's handling of classified material may have put national security at risk.
This involves material that is part of an ongoing criminal investigation, and we just aren't going to comment on that.
I did nothing wrong.
The former president has come out swinging against the FBI search, and so have some of his most ardent supporters.
If there's a prosecution of Donald Trump for mishandling classified information after the Clinton debacle, there'll be riots in the streets.
Former Obama and George W. Bush White House officials have criticized Graham's comments as, quote, dangerous and inciting January 6th all over again. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
National Security Council spokesman John Kirby says the White House is not involved in the intelligence community's assessment into the handling of the seized documents.
Serena Williams begins her final run of the U.S. Open today in Queens. Throughout the course of her career, Serena has earned 73 singles titles, 23 singles Grand Slams. After multiple injuries and almost dying while giving birth to her daughter, Olympia, Williams announced earlier this month she will likely step back from the sport, but her legacy isn't going anywhere. 18-year-old rising tennis star Coco Gauff says Williams was an inspiration for her growing up.
She didn't dominate one generation. She didn't dominate two generations. She dominated for 3+ generations, and I don't think anybody else did that.
And you see there, Time magazine honoring the tennis icon with a cover story calling her one of the greatest athletes of all time. Forbes puts Williams' yearly income from business dealings and endorsements alone at $45 million a year.
NASA has rescheduled its Artemis 1 moon launch that was supposed to happen this morning to Friday. The mission was rescheduled after engineers reported engine trouble and a fuel leak. Fuel leaks were also a problem during a practice run back in the spring. The earliest opportunity to try again will be Friday afternoon. Crews say there is a lot riding on this launch. NASA hopes to land people on the moon's south pole as early as 2025.
We're going back to stay this time for innovation, for inspiration, and of course for that interplanetary aspect of our next step onto Mars.
CBS News will carry a special report when the Artemis 1 mission launches into space. You can watch it right here on Channel 3. Well, if you or your kids were in school in Wisconsin in the 90s, you'll remember already being back in class by this time of the year.
But for decades now, districts in Wisconsin largely don't have that option. McKenna Alexander joins us to explain the reasons they can't and what it would take to start in August again. McKenna?
Yeah, this rule has been on the books for more than 2 decades. Since 2000, public schools in Wisconsin can't start before September 1st. That's why you're seeing so many districts, including Madison, Middleton, and Verona, just to name a few in Dane County, beginning class Thursday or Friday this week. Now, there are a couple exceptions to this rule. Districts can request an exemption through the state to start earlier, but a district needs to prove extraordinary circumstances. A few examples include major construction projects, a natural disaster, code violations, or transportation deals shared with local private schools prove to cost too much to not start earlier. Regardless, even if a district doesn't meet the requirements for an early start date, faculty workdays and athletics are still allowed to be scheduled before September 1st. So that's why schools generally are starting on Thursday this year. But why not wait until after Labor Day? The state DBI told me that's an individual district question, one that no districts I contacted have gotten back to me about yet. Coming up at 6, we'll show you how and why some lawmakers wanted to change that September 1st rule just last year.
McKenna, thank you. Next at 5, sunny skies will stick around for much of the week. Gary has our latest forecast.
Plus, hundreds of Mississippi residents are evacuating as communities prepare for major flooding. We'll have details after the break. And later, gas prices may rise a bit here in Wisconsin. Experts say don't panic. We'll tell you why coming up tonight at 6.
Markets off to a bumpy start to the week. The Dow falls more than 184 points. NASDAQ down more than 124. The S&P loses 27. We'll be right back.
Protecting your home starts at the top. If your shingles are torn, cracked, and flying off in the wind, it can cause leaks that lead to costly repairs. So make the switch to Erie Metal Roofing. Get one-day installation on the last roof you'll ever need. And there's no shortage in our supply chain, so we can turn your job around quickly. Erie is A+ rated with the BBB. More than 2,000 excellent reviews online. And now take advantage of this special offer. Call 1-800-966-4500 during this program and receive a 60-inch HD TV with your purchase of an Erie Metal Roofing system. We've helped thousands of homeowners afford a new metal roof. Call today for an estimate as soon as tomorrow. And don't miss this opportunity. Receive a 60-inch HD TV with your metal roofing system purchase from Erie Metal Roofing. Call 1-800-966-4500. That's 1-800-966-4500.
If Tim Michels is governor, here's what reproductive health care would look like in Wisconsin. Providing abortions? A felony. Exceptions in cases of rape or incest? None. Here's what Michels says to Wisconsin women who get pregnant after being raped. To ask her to go through the birth is not unreasonable. Tim Michels is a radical and divisive politician coming for your rights. Wisconsin women deserve better. Vote no on Tim Michels.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh local Medicare. Hey, Joe, are you behind this whole check your zip code deal on national TV for extra Medicare benefits?
I don't know. Check your zip code.
Why would I check my zip code?
Because you're in it.
So we get a lot of calls about that guy. It's sad because your local Medicare plans already have those bells and whistles Joe promises.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Made in America is more than just a slogan. It's smart policy. When we manufacture things here, our shelves are stocked, and it creates jobs you can raise a family on. Like my parents had. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm tired of the excuses from millionaires running the Senate. I'll bring manufacturing back here, so folks like you who actually earn your paychecks finally get a fair shot. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
A fire at an Indiana oil refinery may fuel higher gas prices. Experts weigh in on the expected rise of cost after Wisconsin loses nearly a quarter of its supply. News 3 Now asks officials how it'll impact you tonight at 6.
How much life insurance should you have in case a family tragedy strikes? Leah Linscheid talks with an insurance expert and shares one family's story of caution.
If I can change this for other people down the road, that would be great.
Call for action tonight at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Disaster officials in Pakistan say nearly 500,000 people are now without homes after widespread flooding caused by monsoon rains in recent weeks. So far, more than 1,100 people have been killed in the floods. Crews are working to rescue hundreds of others from the high waters. The rain has stopped over the past few days, letting the waters recede, but officials say more rain is expected in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, government officials in Mississippi say they are cautiously optimistic after record rains there threatened to flood roads and homes over 2 days.
Now, the Pearl River near Jackson is rising, but not at rates bringing it to a major flood stage. Isabel Rosales has a closer look.
This water's coming up again. I'm worried about, is it going to come in?
Record rain in the region over the past few days has made its way to the Pearl River near Jackson. On the rise and expected to crest Monday, just shy of major flood stage. Over the weekend, the governor declared parts of Mississippi under a state of emergency, and the mayor urged people in the flood zone to get out before the water moved in.
We need our residents to take heed to these warnings and move out quickly.
Those who followed official advice prepared, packed, and departed.
You don't what to expect for the unknown, so you end up blind for a lot of stuff, and you just got to come back and hope for the best.
Many had done this before. The river hit 36.67 feet just 2 years ago, damaging much of the city. Mickey and Anitra Holder say they hadn't fully bounced back from that. Now there's this.
The home and the stuff inside now is material things. We can't worry about material things. We can replace them. As long as I got my kids and my wife out, nothing else matters.
Their faith planted firmly in place while so much in their community shifted. Water where it shouldn't be. Roads no longer where they once were. But Monday, better news. The river expected to crest more than a foot below that 2020 high water mark. With hope, the worst is over this time. Reporting in Jackson, Mississippi, I'm Isabel Rosales.
The mayor of Jackson says the flooding has caused problems at a water treatment plant there. The city has actually been under a boil water notice since last month because tests found poor water quality. That's an issue that's plagued the city for years. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us. Gary?
Well, Eric, over the weekend we had some heavy rains over parts of southern Wisconsin. Not everybody saw them, certainly not to the extent that they've seen down in Texas, Mississippi, and the Louisiana areas over the last couple of weeks. But around here, there were two areas of heavier rain. One to the north. This is primarily on Saturday, and I was not expecting rain on Saturday. That was much more of a surprise than I thought. But then we had showers and thunderstorms Saturday night and around on Sunday that went through parts of northeastern Iowa and then mainly up toward Toma and into central Wisconsin. The other batch moved through parts of southern Wisconsin, far southern Wisconsin, into southeastern Wisconsin and much of northern Illinois. In between, there's an area across parts of Grant County that didn't see any rain at all. But the heaviest rain appeared to fall up around Camp Douglas and Mauston over toward Toma and Black River Falls. A large area of about 2 to 3 inches of rain fell there. And then a small area in northeastern Iowa that may have picked up as much as 5 inches of rain just southeast of Decorah. Then down to the south, mainly about a 1 to 2 inch rainfall through much of areas south and east of Madison. Now notice this little notch here where the station is right on the southwest side. We only picked up about 2/3 of an inch of rain over the weekend. Now you can see that probably is not rain reaching the ground. If it is, it's not going to last very long. Showers across northern Illinois moving away. All the severe weather threat, which has stayed to our south over the course of the day, now moving through Michigan and Indiana as a squall line sweeps eastward through that area. Over the last 72 hours, there have been a fair amount of severe weather reports today, all down to the south. A lot of wind reports across northern Illinois. We had a couple of wind reports yesterday. Some strong to severe thunderstorms moved out of north northwestern Illinois and into areas south and east of Madison, up toward the Twin Cities and into parts of central Minnesota. A couple of tornadoes over the weekend, too. So we were kind of bypassed mainly to the west and to the south of us. But three things you need to know now. It'll be breezy, cooler, and less humid for tomorrow. High temperatures in the middle 70s. It'll be warm with high temperatures at or above 80 degrees beginning on Wednesday and lasting through Wednesday of next week. And mainly dry. About the only chance that I have of a shower or thunderstorm will be late Friday afternoon into Friday evening as a weak cold front comes through. Otherwise, we're looking at dry weather through the Labor Day weekend. Out in the tropics, an area of disturbed weather, watching from the National Hurricane Center, this could develop into a tropical storm over the next couple of days. It's been very quiet across the Pacific, or across the Atlantic Ocean hurricane season so far. In the Pacific Ocean, notice much of the area free of clouds. So we're going to be looking at a quiet weather pattern here. For tonight, planning your night, 63 for low in Monona, 62 degrees in Oregon with clear skies, maybe a little patchy fog, 58 for the low in Baraboo, and 59 degrees in Wautoma. Meantime, for tomorrow, look for mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy, cooler, and less humid with a high of 76 in the 7 to 10 day forecast. Like I say, at or above 80 beginning on Wednesday. Just that slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and then dry weather through Labor Day and through much of next week with the next chance of showers and thunderstorms Thursday of next week. As we check out first one traffic, right now, here's the view of the DOT camera at the Beltline and Fish Hatchery Road. Traffic is picking up there. It was a little slow earlier, just a minor delay approaching Fish Hatchery Road on the eastbound Beltline. Otherwise, traffic pretty normal in either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, no problems from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990 or US 12 Middleton to Sauk City. Downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151 will take you 19 minutes. That's your news through now for Sworn Traffic.
Gary, thank you. After losing her 18-month-old daughter over a year ago, Trista Hamsmith and her family have a warning for parents. Hamsmith's daughter spent weeks in the hospital and ultimately passed away after swallowing a battery from a remote control in her home. According to Safe Kids, over 2,800 children are treated in emergency rooms every year for swallowing button batteries.
Keep button batteries and any devices that they power up and out of reach of children. Make sure that the battery compartment is secure.
Now Hamsmith educates families on the potential hazards in their homes through Reese's Purpose. And earlier this month, President Biden signed Reese's Law, which establishes safety standards, including requiring child-resistant packaging and warning labels on products. Hamsmith said knowing her advocacy is going to save lives and prevent other families from the same heartbreak brings her comfort. Coming up, why more and more Americans are in the market for electric vehicles. We'll have the details when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When severe weather rolls in, you need a roof that will keep your family safe and dry. That's where Erie Metal Roofing can help. Get a lifetime of protection that won't warp, crack, or rot. The Erie Metal Roofing system is durable and stands up to heavy rain, hail, high wind, even fire. And we can install in as little as 1 day.
Well, I've dealt with a lot of roofers. I mean, this is probably one of 15 houses I've built over my lifetime. And it's definitely the best company I've ever worked with.
Get the last roof you'll ever need. You'll be surprised how affordable metal roofing is. Plus, now, with your Erie Metal Roofing System purchase, you'll receive a 60-inch HD TV at no additional charge. Stay up to date on the latest weather or your favorite shows. Just be sure you call during this program for this special offer. That's a 60-inch HD TV with your purchase of the Erie Metal Roofing System. Call 1-800-966-4500. That's 1-800-966-4500.
I'm Tim Michaels, and I know a thing or two about construction. But sometimes, before you start building, you have to tear things down. That's why I'll dump Beaver's job-killing agenda. Totally demolish the woke liberals' anti-police agenda. And hammer Madison's special interest. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm a businessman, not a politician. Tony Evers and his liberal friends have made an absolute mess of Wisconsin. We've got a blueprint to rebuild. But first, we need to do a little demolition.
Hypnotize your way to savings.
Breathing techniques to help you save.
Looking to make saving a habit?
Yeah, what's the secret?
No secret. Just open a savings account at BMO and we'll give you a cash reward for every month you save.
A cash reward? Just for saving?
Mm-hmm. And when you open a checking account, we'll give you a $300 bonus to get your new savings habit started.
Love that.
What's your book?
How to get a $300 bonus and a monthly cash reward for saving with BMO.
He literally wrote the book on saving.
That's me on the cover.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Keep your workspace clutter-free with help from Menards. We've got the storage solutions you need, like heavy-duty shelving, custom storage cabinets, and a space for every tool. Keep your tools and accessories off the ground and organized with this wall-mounting storage kit. It's easy to install and customizable to fit your needs. Get 11% off all storage right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Made in America is more than just a slogan. It's smart policy. When we manufacture things here, our shelves are stocked, and it creates jobs you can raise a family on. Like my parents had. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm tired of the excuses from millionaires running the Senate. I'll bring manufacturing back here, so folks like you who actually earn your paychecks finally get a fair shot. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Recent survey from AAA shows more people are interested in electric vehicles.
About a quarter of Americans say they would consider purchasing an electric vehicle the next time they're in the market for a car. With more options for electric vehicles emerging and consumer concerns over gas prices mounting, automobiles are becoming accessible to mainstream buyers. And with the president's infrastructure law, $7.5 billion are now going toward building an EV charging network around the country. But some Americans are still hesitant to make the switch.
The hesitation comes really in two main forms. One is around range anxiety. The other one comes at worrying about the long-term reliability and costs of owning an EV.
General Motors launched an interactive website to educate consumers about electric vehicles. The Inflation Reduction Act includes tax credits for those who buy electric vehicles and manufacturers who make them. A final check on your First Warn forecast when we come back.
If your roof is 10 years old or older and the shingles are deteriorating and leaking, it's not your fault, it's the asphalt. Immediate relief is available with one call to Erie Metal Roofing. Get a lifetime of protection against wind, rain, hail, and heat with the most energy-efficient roofing system we've ever offered. And it may qualify you for a discount on your homeowner's insurance. Beautiful, insulated, stone-coated metal roofing backed with a lifetime warranty. See the before and after difference. Be sure you ask about our one-day installation. Get the last roof you'll ever need. And time's running out to call and receive a 60-inch HD TV with your purchase of an Erie Metal Roofing system. Visit online at eriemetalroofs.com. And remember, it's your last chance to call during this program for the 60-inch HD TV with your metal roofing system purchase from Erie. Call 1-800-966-4500. That's 1-800-966-4500.
We're an electrical contractor for commercial ag companies. We have 80 employees and 40 trucks, and we operate all over. We're paying almost double what we did last year for fuel, and policies from liberals in Washington are making it worse. Senator Ron Johnson is fighting for relief at the pump. He voted to finish the Keystone Pipeline and increase U.S. oil and gas production. That could make a real difference for small businesses like us. Tell Senator Ron Johnson, keep fighting to restore American energy independence.
I'm Ken Pearrett, and this is my John Deere. We run about 3,000 acres of crop ground and 100 head of beef cattle. Number one thing that stands out when it comes to Sloan's is service. And we had some issues with the new ExactEmerge planter, and Kyle himself, the store manager, and one of the lead mechanics on the planters, came down on a Sunday afternoon, and they got us going. And that's going above and beyond. And that's why I think Sloan's first.
Velco Factory Direct. What does that mean? It means no middleman, no overpriced, underperforming windows. It means getting what you want, when you want, without breaking the bank. It means when you buy one window, you'll get one free. Yes, free. It means quality craftsmanship, custom designs, and a lifetime warranty. It means a team of window professionals dedicated to one thing above all, your delight. Buy one window, get one free. Ends Labor Day. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
Look, it's a Dupaco. We're not a bird or a plane. We are a mighty credit union, born of thrift and laser focused on the interests of our members. Harnessing the combined power of more than 144,000 members and businesses, we work to put money back where it belongs, into your community and into your pocket, working tirelessly to help you pursue your dreams. Isn't that super? Join the movement at dupaco.com/super. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Well, check this out. Dozens of residents came together in the outskirts of Caracas, Venezuela to create an eco-mural. Over the past 2 weeks, volunteers worked carefully gluing colorful plastic bottle caps onto the wall.
25-year-old artist Oscar Olivares came up with the idea after collecting around 300,000 bottle caps during a recycling event. He hopes people who see the mural will be inspired to recycle.
That's pretty cool.
Very colorful. Gary's back. Final check of the forecast.
Yeah, some sunshine from the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Sky Cam. Look for skies to clear out this evening. Looks like temperatures will be very comfortable through the evening.
All right. Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.